the title of this video is going to be something along the lines of the perfect lens, or the only lens you'll ever need. But to get it out of the way, I recently went on a tour traveling around the US with a band, and most often than not, when we were shooting their shows, I didn't gravitate towards the 24-70. I usually wanted to get a wider shot than the 24, so I picked up a 16-35. And when I wanted to shoot a close-up, the 70 didn't really cut it, so I gravitated towards more of like a 70-200. So immediately, this lens is not for everything. But what I found it was really good for was when I wanted to shoot things off stage, when we were just traveling around day to day, when I was exploring the city. I could take one lens and capture most things, just like I did the other day.
Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran. Need a triple double. Tell him take the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP.
So for interviews and live moments off stage, the 24-70 focal length was perfect. Actually, before I bought this RF version, my friend lent me his 24-70 EF version for a few months, and I just used the adapter to connect it to my R6. After using both of them, I was figuring out which one I wanted to buy. So the EF version was a lot cheaper, but especially when doing continuous autofocus, it did make a lot more noise when it was focusing during video. Savings was huge. Versus this one is a little bit smaller in form factor, a little newer, so maybe the glass is a little bit better. It has a kind of function ring at the front, which I don't really use, so wasn't really a major selling point. But the IS on this lens was a crazy selling point because it actually makes such a big difference. You can see in these comparisons, turning on and turning off, even at 70mm, it just takes out a lot of that micro jitter of the hands. And then at 24, if you're wanting to get some sweeping shots, it stabilizes those micro jitters as well. Obviously, I did end up going for the RF version. I think as it is a little bit more of an investment, and I'm pretty happy that I did. The EF version is still awesome, and if you can pick it up for a secondhand price, you can get it for quite significantly cheaper. But all around the RF version, if you're looking to connect it to an RF body, I find it just works so seamlessly. And all around, the slightly smaller form factor and the fact that I don't have to use an adapter to connect it to my camera is a big plus. To conclude this video, just as we spoke about, the 24-70 focal length isn't for everything. If you wanted to shoot architecture or big live events, then maybe a 16mm would probably be more up your alley. Or if you want to shoot wildlife photography, maybe a 500 or 600mm would be better. And then for macro, you're definitely better off just getting a macro lens for that. But for everything else, I think the 24-70 could cover most things. Filming yourself, you probably could get away with it. At 24, you get a little bit closer angle than shooting it on a 16-35, but I don't really mind it. You get a lot of shots like this, especially because when your arm gets tired from holding it out so far, but I think it could just do it. Anyways, I'm really happy with my one, and I'll leave it at that. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button, or if you're considering subscribing, we are almost at 1,000 subscribers, so you can join the club, and I'll see you in the next one.
I've been sitting here thinking about all the things you do.